Hi, I'm Joyce Hildebrand, the Community Outreach Educator for Blessing Cancer Center, and I'd like to talk to you about some sun safety. It's important to take care of your skin. Over 1 million people every year are diagnosed with skin cancer. Skin cancer is the most common cancer. It is the most treatable if caught early. There are 3 types of skin cancer: basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and the most serious of these are melanoma. All of these diseases are treated if detected early, but the best thing that you can do is prevent any of these from occurring. So we're going to go through some helpful hints to keep you safe in the sun this summer. The first thing we want you to know is the sun is at its peak and highest intensity between the hours of 10 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. If you go outside and the sun is straightly above you, you will note that your shadow is very, very tiny. As the sun comes up and goes down, your shadow is greater. So this is the shadow rule. When your shadow is very small, we want you to stay out of the sun. And as your shadow gets taller, then it's safer to be in the sun. If you choose to be in the sun, sunscreen is the most important thing you can do for your skin. Now, when you're looking at sunscreen, you have to be think about the type of sunscreen that you want to use. The higher the SPF, that's called the sun protection factor, the more protection it affords. Usually we have you, if you're a relatively dark complected individual, use SPF 15. If you're fair complected or a child, FPS 30 or 50 would be more to what your skin would need. So it's also important that you look at your sunscreen to be sure that it contains the protection factors against the UVA and UVB rays. Apply your sunscreen 30 minutes before you go outside for the best protection, and reapply every 2 hours. If you are swimming or perspiring heavily, it's important that you reapply more often than every 2 hours. If you have a small baby, any child under the age of 6 months should not be exposed to sunscreen, so don't use sunscreen on your infant. You should use protective clothing on the children, but you should keep the children out of the sun at this small age. When we talk about sun safety, we talk about slipping on a shirt. The shirt will afford you the protection that you need. Be sure you select a material in your shirt that is a closely woven material, because the lighter woven material will allow the rays to penetrate. So slip on a shirt. We want you to slap on a hat. This is just a small version of a wide hat. The brim of the hat should be 3 to 4 inches, and this will protect the entire face, the ears, and the back of the neck. So slip on a shirt, slap on a hat, and finally, slop on some sunscreen. We talked about how to apply it. We talked about the different UV concentrations of sunscreen. I highly recommend that you use sunscreen even in the winter time. Just because it's warm doesn't mean that sunscreen is only for hot months. You should use it in the winter too. You are exposed to sun even in the winter, and reflection off of snow can cause serious sun damage. After you slip on your shirt, slap on your hat, and slop on your sunscreen, remember your eyes need protection too. Select eyeglasses that have UVA and UVB protection. Also, seek out the sunglasses that wrap around your face. The closer the sunglasses are to your eyes, and the wraparound effect will protect them. So get your sunglasses and wear them. It's important to put sunglasses on your children too. When we talk about skin cancers, we talked about the most serious form of skin cancer called melanoma. And melanoma usually occurs in areas that have had extensive sun exposure, like your face or the trunk of your body. We use an ABCDE mnemonic when we're looking at melanoma diagnosis. So if you have a mole on your skin that has changed in its size, in other words, one side of your mole looks different than the other side of the mole, that stands for A. That means asymmetry. So each side is different from the other. B is for border. Is the border, the outline of the mole, regular or irregular? C stands for color. Has the color in the mole changed? Is it multicolored, dark or light, a mixture? D is for diameter. Is it larger than the tip of an eraser on a pencil? Or has it grown since the last time you've looked at it? And finally, E stands for evolution. Has it changed a lot over time? And finally, if you're looking at your mole and you're not sure, but this mole looks different than any other mole on your body, it's kind of called an ugly duckling, and that should send out a warning sign that you should have this followed up with your physician. It's important that you have your skin checked every year by your physician with your annual physical exam. If you have a history of skin cancer or if you're extremely fair complected, they talk about redheads, blondes, and blue-eyed people are more susceptible to sun damage. So if you fall in that category, you should really have your skin checked more frequently than just once a year. Here at Blessing, we offer free sunscreening every single year, and you can come in and our physicians will look you over at no charge. It's been a pleasure to share this time with you, and don't forget to pack your sunscreen.